You did it. I waited 3 weeks to see Infinity War on a Tuesday afternoon, and one of the 5 other people in the theater kept whooping and clapping. People are crazy, and I'm sorry that these people are crazy for you. I've not come across this.
We are past the point of caring about Infinity War spoilers, right?
If we're 3 weeks out.
I'm about to throw out a minor one right now. Yeah, when.
Okay, well, hold on. We'll give it a moment. Mild spoiler for Infinity War.
Somebody started hooting and hollering when Thor showed up with the new hammer. It's like, what do you think was going to happen? You fucking dumbass. You think he was going to make the hammer and then not use it?
Wait. When he showed up on Earth with the new hammer?
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with people?
I don't know.
Did they not think he was going to join the fight?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Rich. I'm really, really sorry. It's crazy to me that you guys have these bad movie-going experiences. Generally speaking, I've had very positive movie-going experiences.
May have to download it? Probably.
What you got download?
Where's it at?
Oh.
Yeah, it should be small.
Yeah, that should be an easy download.
Yeah. Woo!
My theater cheered every time Captain America was on screen. Well, I mean, with the beard.
See, that's just silly.
The beard was very exciting.
Just silly.
It is good. It's a good beard. It's installed already.
Is it? Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
I thought it would be quick. That was quicker than I thought it would be.
Oh, wait.
Nope.
Oh, it's queued.
What?
What's in the queue?
Oh, updating. Don't update.
Battletech?
Get out of there.
Updating Hand of Fate. Update. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's updating it.
Go up in the damn queue. All right.
You haven't stopped updating Battletech yet. There we go. Now it's installing Enter the... Oh, yeah, they know what you're playing. Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah.
Updating Battletech. Great, let's see what we got here. Praxis says Steve Jobs lived on a fruit-only diet.
A lot of good it did him. A lot of good.
Ashton Kutcher tried to replicate this diet during his role as Steve Jobs.
Does he have cancer now?
And was hospitalized with pancreatic pains. P.S. Steve Jobs died of pancreatic cancer. Ugh. And obviously there's a lot we don't know surrounding his death. I just remember reading someone close to him saying that for the first several months after his diagnosis, he tried to do only alternative medicines as far as the cancer was concerned, and it's possible, and of course this is pure speculation, but it's possible that if he had started chemo immediately when doctors recommended it, he might have had a little bit longer to live.
Oh well. Geez, maybe homeopathy is a bad idea.
It's weird. It's almost like years.
Maybe placebos don't do so good against stage 3 cancer.
It's almost like we have all this science and research that we should listen to, and chemotherapy isn't 100%, but it's the best we got. He may, or Rich, or maybe he just had the wrong crystals. Whoopsie! I got a bad crystal. I gotta focus my energy into the right crystal. Whoopsie.
The only way the crystal's gonna cure you of cancer is if you sharpen it really good and then just start cutting at it.
Just dig out what's there. It'll get rid of exactly one of the cancers.
Yes.
Yeah. you don't survive. Oh no, I'm not saying he would have survived. I'm saying like it could have bought him time, more time. He could have had more time to live instead of dying so quickly. Is what I have read, unsubstantiated rumors. I'm peddling gossip about a dead man, and I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Also, only a little sorry. So
They're gonna force me to go through the tutorial. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's an easy tutorial. It might help actually, just to get you to remember what buttons do what, all the little stuff.
Played a little bit the other night, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why.
What a strange choice. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a wrong choice. This to me is a little out of left field for a game that you want to play.
I never said I hated this.
No. It's just
I know you were underwhelmed compared to Isaac.
Well, obviously, in my mind, it had some big boots to fill. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I never thought it was a bad game. I still think it's actually a good game. Just, if I'm going to play a roguelike twin stick, you gotta beat Isaac for my time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me update the Twitch here. Boop, 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 into the gungeon. Stream info updated successfully.
Whoop. I got used to Moonlighter's cliff thing where you don't fall off immediately.
Right.
And that's how I went to dodge over that cliff.
So there you go. Ooh, let's see here. Jack says the Latchkey Kid. Your money solves everything theory is silly. Well, I mean, yeah. Wealthy people kill themselves just like poor people. We just saw Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade do it, and Robin Williams before. Obviously, no amount of money was going to solve their problems.
Can I have their money?
And
I'll take their money.
And obviously, the Latchkey Kid, I was being slightly hyperbolic.
I'll gladly take their money.
It's true. Money won't solve every problem.
Solves many of them.
It solves. It's I think this is an old bit. Is the person who says money won't buy happiness obviously has never had that much money. I don't know much about Anthony Bourdain. I know he recently took his own life, and I know he hosted a couple food shows. There are a lot of people who are very, very upset by that, and I don't know if I've ever seen anything with him, but apparently people liked the stuff he did, and that's all I knew.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard not to be happy in a wingsuit. Some nice slacks. Where are we then? We're at Bill LaHecka, who says, "Hey guys, I know Rich couldn't give two shits, but the Disney-Fox merger hasn't gone through just yet. Comcast just put in a bid, and Disney just raised their bid. Any deal still needs to be approved by the federal government." Oh,
I know.
Oh, I thought no. I guess you know what? I saw news of the merger going. I thought going through, but the news must have just been that Disney upped their bid from Comcast. That must have been what I had read. Well, thanks for correcting me, Bill LaHecka. I appreciate that. Disney offered them $71.1 billion. Gosh dang it. Them Fox assets. That's great. I mean, great for Fox. I don't know. Great for Disney.
Is it really good if Disney owns all of pop culture?
No.
Is this something we should be rooting for?
No. In
I
general.
know you want to see Marvel do the X-Men movies, but
No. There's a lot. There's going to be a lot of negative consequences to this action. Much like you being fearful of a possible dystopian Steam future.
yeah.
Disney controlling all the intellectual properties.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Oh, right. But to put that into context for chat, like there is a very real downside to this. I'm not incredibly worried as if I'm gonna try to be as optimistic as possible. The avenues for entertainment keep diversifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the places that I can go to get new entertainment keeps multiplying. And so I'm not necessarily worried about Disney taking away all of entertainment, because entertainment is in itself becoming more democratized. So, but what's just going to happen is Disney's going to have all the big shit. And, that's just how it's going to be. Oh, sorry, that was $71.3 billion. My mistake. The good news is if Disney runs all their IPs like they have won Star Wars, they will be looking to sell that monopoly in 10 years. No.
I'm pretty good with Marvel.
Yeah, and, even if they get another box office flop on their hands, remember that owning the Star Wars IP means that they get to sell all the toys, and they get to make all the video games, and they get to make all the TV shows, and they get to make all of the webisodes or whatever the hell they want. They will make that money back. They might spend a little less making the movies. They might force their After Effects and post workers to work under worse conditions and work for even less money and outsource even more stuff to Korea so they can do cheap animation, but they'll still make the money because that's what businesses do. Capitalism, ho! Brought it all around.
Nice.
Thought you would appreciate that. Marvel Comics is doing terribly. Physical comics are doing terribly. Digital comics are up. But physical comics have never been a big market to begin with.
I might be recycling a joke I told when we first started streaming this, but
Do it.
they make a sequel to this game.
Yeah.
It needs to be called Welcome to the Gungle.
I mean, yes. And I just hope I hope they actually get a voice actor to say Gungle, because that is a funny word. Gungle.
Achievement unlocked. Fun and games.
What? You had
For
fun?
Welcome to the Gungle.
Oh, they've got.
Yes.
They've got. I get it. It took me a while. It took me slightly longer than I'm comfortable admitting, even though I just admitted it. Welcome to the Gungle. Don't celebrate that joke? Oh, that's a fine joke. You know why it's a fine joke? Because it sounds... Gungle is an awful word. Yeah. Isn't it? Gungle. Oh, it's all lower throat. It feels terrible to say. And so I hope they make it so everyone can go Gungle. What are you playing? Playing a little Gungle. Oh, it hurts. It makes me like widen my throat to say it. Gungle. Let's see here. Brave SJ wants to know, says, hey guys, curious why you only ever seem to watch low-budget, direct-to-video movies on Best of the Worst, when Hollywood has supplied so much blockbuster garbage to us over the years. Also, Cowboy Bebop is a great gateway anime. Rich, one of us.
Fuck off. Even if I should watch and like Cowboy Bebop, that would not mean I were suddenly magically an anime fan.
Right, and here's the thing, Rich. If you did watch and enjoy Cowboy Bebop, which I recommend, it's very good, I would also recommend you not share that information with chat.
Yeah?
Because they will, what they're going to do.
Oh, everything. They're going to recommend all the crap.
All the crap. They're going to write, well, you like that? It's just like Helldivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna turn into a shitstorm. We'll talk about it off stream. Just a goddamn shitstorm. But why do we only ever seem to watch low-budget direct-to-video movies?
That's kind of it's kind of the mission statement of Best of the Worst. Hollywood shit, people already know about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not as funny. I don't know. I don't know.
Part of the premise is to discover the undiscovered.
Yes.
To boldly go, if you will. And yeah, if something had a large theatrical release, it is usually already discovered. And generally speaking, when like there has been like a notorious flop, usually somebody else has covered that, right? Like somebody else knows it exists. So yeah, we're digging our own hole over here. Get out of our hole. Maybe do one special theme tonight for big budget flops. That's that. There's a million ideas that we have. None of them will be realized.
Yeah.
None of them will ever happen.
Secret room over there?
Over where?
Oh, a gray thing. In the map.
I wonder if that's a new feature.
Well, I got a out of a chest. I got a map.
Oh.
I don't see broken walls or something though. Don't you need to see?
I don't know if it's broken walls or if it's like a switch that you need to pull. You know what? Check the room directly to your left.
Here?
Yeah, because like sometimes they tunnel. Maybe it comes out of this room. Maybe not.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't know either.
I don't know how to get to it. Don't know how to get to it.
Some of the breakable walls are hidden. They sound different when you shoot them, says the chat. What XSplit output settings do you use? 1080p 30 frames a second is what we are using currently. Oh no, the one above us.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
We do have our volume turned down. It's streaming. So
I think we'd be able to hear it. Just lamp. Ooh, there's a nice business question. I know people love it when I talk, business. Jack, as a freelancer, do you take special care to track your hours? Do you try to do a certain number of hours of work each day? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a little application called Clock, KL, OK, I think. KL OK, and it's just a time management. It's a billable hours punch card application.
Little fucker.
And yes, it's very, very important to keep track of your hours when you are a freelancer. Even if you're not billing by the hour, if you're just billing for a job, always keep track of your hours so you have a better idea on how to bill by the job later. Ooh. Secret. Very important. Very important just to kind of know what you're getting into. And do I do a certain amount of hours of work each day? Yes. Yeah, I try to keep to a schedule. I have a certain regimented time that I answer emails. I try to only answer emails a couple times a day, so I'm not addicted to email or anything. Then I have some time that I work on some creative stuff, some business stuff, some prereq stuff. I have little segments, and I try to keep to a schedule. That way I can get shit done. Did Prereq stop using OBS? Yeah, we stopped using OBS a while ago because it kept crashing on us. OBS was nice. No disrespect to OBS, but XSplit runs a little more. There's a word I'm looking for that I can't think of right now. Regularly, maybe. Oh, you know what? That made there were chandeliers in the room. Hitting those switches make the chandeliers fall.
Fuck!
You're fine.
Doesn't he drop armor if you don't take a hit, though?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. And of course, for the person who was asking about freelancer and hours spent, it does change day to day. Currently, I just have some very light editing work to do on the other side of my business, and so D-pad. Nice.
What does that do?
I think it's like a frisbee. I think you toss it like a frisbee.
Okay.
And so.
It's a weapon. Okay.
Yeah. And so I don't spend as much time with that, and we've had some games to play, so I've been spending a little more time playing games. Also, whatnot and who's it? So yeah. Stably, reliably, yeah, all those things. Consistently, all those things. XSplit does all those things better. All those things. Why are we dropping? No, we look fine. We look fine. We're not dropping no frames. How goes D&D? So far, so good. I'm almost done. The next part of my campaign has been very is very NPC heavy, and so basically I've just been writing a lot of dialogue and characters.
You're keeping your family waiting?
Huh?
Keeping your family waiting?
Well,
Jack, you gotta strike while the iron's hot. Those kids are less than 10 years old. They're gonna forget about D&D in a minute.
They've already
forgotten.
Because
keep hammering it in.
No, we've been playing with our neighbors. We've been the kids have been writing their own dungeons. So
Okay.
We're still in it. It's just the second part of my dungeon. Oh, look at that thing.
That's neat.
Interesting. So yeah, we're still getting into it. And actually, something that just arrived the other day, I purchased my first miniature. For a set, which is it's a mimic miniature. So it's two pieces. One is a treasure chest, and then the other is the treasure chest with its mouth open and the teeth. I'm gonna surprise them. There's gonna be a little cave, and they're gonna see a treasure chest, and it's going to be a mimic, and they don't really know what a mimic is yet.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to surprise them. It's going to be great.
Fuck. Why do I suck?
It's the first time playing in a while.
I've never been great at this, though. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and if you're out of that muscle memory, it takes a while. Shark Spear says, quick Shark Spear tip for you, Rich.
Yeah.
On every floor, the shopkeeper is guaranteed to have a key for sale if you haven't already picked up a key.
Only if you haven't already picked up a key. I want to confirm that, really.
So leave any key drops on the floor if you haven't already found the shop.
Well, fuck. Well, doesn't the rat pick them up then?
Ooh, maybe. That might engender trust issues. I hope so. I want to. My hope is that I can force him to start thinking, outside the box a little bit, and not just, I want to spook them. I want to create a situation that makes them, start slowing down and questioning the world around them. But I have some NPCs. I do have some monsters. I'm implementing, Rich's idea of a timer, and then some skeletons popping up every once in a while.
Yay!
They need to find a secret entrance into the castle of skeletons. That's going to be their mission for this next part. And I'm fairly excited about round 2 of the family D&Ding. But yeah, we've been playing. We've been watching some stuff. We found a couple other people that were watching. Oh my god. So yeah, it's been fun. D&D, all good. We're still gonna play. James T. Drone says, do you have any advice for an individual still building a following and trying to become successful in the profession of creating internet entertainment content? Find the biggest thing in the world and ape off of it, using it as a platform. Star Wars works great.
And then try buying more lottery tickets.
And then put out regular content, right? Yeah, there's not a lot we can do to help in that respect. Find an interesting thing to do and try to do it better than other people.
Or do something horribly unique that makes you stand out.
Yeah. Well, that's just kind of the same advice.
Do something different and do something the same as everyone else. That's the same advice.
That's not what I said. I said.
Oh, never mind.
I said try to do something better than other people.
I was thinking you were saying do what the big people are doing. I completely.
Oh no.
Misunderstood what you were saying because I'm dodging bullets.
Right. No.
And it's taking brain.
Brain? A whole brain? Well, one of my pieces of advice is to ape off of pop culture, which is advice that works very well for a lot of people. You find a way to do your thing, but ape off of I don't know, movies, video games, that kind of thing. That seems to work really good for other people, but do it in a way that's better than other people, or interesting or unique than other people. Here's a tip: steal content. Nah, absolutely not. But the people have to find you somehow, right? And so the question is, how are people going to find you? If you're doing something so different even if it's good, people are going to have a hard time finding you. Eventually, like, if you just keep on doing it and it's good and it's good and it's good, people will find you. But how are people going to find you? A lot of times what people do is they take something that's very popular and then they do their thing within the Venn diagram of the thing that's very popular. So that when people are searching for the very popular thing, they'll also come across your thing. You get what I'm saying? And that's a piece of advice that I'm sure you know already. So I'm sorry for wasting your time. Ooh, ice gun.
That's not bad.
That's handy. It's easy to dodge when they don't shoot at you in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found you by word of mouth, but it took a long time to start watching regular. Right. But, you know, a lot of people, you know, obviously a lot of people found us through Red Letter Media. But the people who didn't find us through Red Letter Media might just be looking for, like, oh, I'm looking for reviews on Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh, these guys are guys. I'll listen to these guys. Right? Boom. That's how you find us. Or so on and so forth. Like, let's just say you're just making straight up regular, like, you know, if you're just making like comedy videos, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe every once in a while throw in a comedy video that has to do with something pop culture wise. So you just squeeze in there. Then you make your regular comedy videos and you squeeze in that pop culture every once in a while just so people have a way to find you.
Oh god, this guy kicks my ass.
Yeah, he's nuts. You know, or keep doing your own thing and then, you know, team up with someone who has a larger following than you if they're willing to do that.
Like that gun.
I don't think he freezes. Many hours in this game, the rat doesn't steal keys. The key tip will make keys not a problem for the majority of your runs. Okay. You hear that, Rich? The rat doesn't steal keys.
Yeah.
Great. Lick my love bit says I've made up some bad. Oh god! Oh no! Where did it go? Nope. Alright. I've made up some band names. Please tell me what your beautiful imagination comes up with when reading them. The Nutbaggers. The Harvey Prinks 5. Salty Lake.
It sucks. One time, way back when, Mike tried to trick somebody he knew into naming their band after something Star Trek related. Because they didn't know nothing about no Star Trek. He's trying to get them to call their band like Tachyon Field or something. Yeah.
Ooh, Tachyon Field. That could be a good name.
Tasha Yar.
I could see that.
Obsidian Order.
Yeah.
And they would have no idea their band was a Star Trek reference.
Oh, I could totally see like a hipster like a hipster junk orchestra band being called Tasha Yar. and like Mike convincing them that it's like some like ancient Indian thing, like, oh yeah, it's a temple in India, the Tasha Yar. And them naming their whole band after Tasha Yar. I love it. Jeffrey's Tube. No, I'm thinking of something like Animal Collective, like that kind of band where, you know, like a little synthy, a little junk orchestra-y, or like the Decemberists being called Tasha Yar. see that.
Oh, whoops.
What did you do?
I just did bad early.
Oh, okay. Cy Sperling says, "Hey guys, what's your favorite type of animation, and why is it stop motion?"
I appreciate stop motion. I don't have a favorite type.
I'll agree with Rich. I like a lot of kinds of animation, including stop motion.
Yeah.
Stop motion is neat because there's a whole separate craft involved with it, a tactile craft instead of just you got to draw pretty a lot.
Yeah.
So that's always nice. But there's a lot of good animation styles. That was one of my favorite things about that series, the Animatrix. You know, like all the different styles. It's nice. It's nice. Eric Herber says, "Jack, thinking about finally building a PC that's fast enough for some higher level motion graphics, which also means it'll be good for gaming, right? How's yours holding up that you built?" It runs fantastically. Every game I've thrown at it runs super smoothly, and I'm encoding videos with ease.
When did we build this one?
Which one?
The one we're playing this game off of right now? This, like, early on in pre-rec. It's been 4 years now, right?
Oh, at least 3 or 4 years, yeah. And this one still runs buttery.
This one still runs every new game.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and you know, I've switched over to using the PC that I built on stream as my main editing computer because I've been needing to edit larger, 4K footage because that's what the clients are expecting now. And it handles it just buttery smooth.
So this is a bullet hell, and I think I spend too much time looking at the enemies rather than worrying about where I'm at.
Yeah,
I think my big problem in this game.
You kind of gotta fisheye it, and a little bit just kind of knowing the path they're gonna take, and a little bit looking in front of you where you're gonna roll.
Like, I wonder if this game wouldn't play better in like windowed mode. Where you can just see everything.
Just try to make it as small as possible.
Yes! Yes!
Well, then you might not know what's a table and what's not.
I know, and there's other drawbacks.
Whoa.
I probably should have done that. I should have just kept going. But I felt like that was a dumb hit to take, and I felt bad about taking it.
I updated a 10-year-old PC with more RAM and new graphics card, and it plays modern games incredibly well. The graphics card, man, that is an important bit.
Yeah.
As we learned with our attempting to resize a window while streaming. That graphics card ain't for nothing. But yeah, no, my PC still runs great. Everything runs real smooth, and I like it. Even after I got a fancy new I got a 4K monitor at home. With some better color management because as I'm saying, I'm working with 4K footage now, and with a lot of my editing gigs, and so I needed a bigger monitor, and it can output to that 4K monitor. Good. Everything good. All good. Good computer, good. Stream good. Make game good. Make Witcher 3 look
Why
pretty.
did you turn into Tarzan?
I don't know, but I felt it going that way. And I just went with it. Because I felt like I was saying the same thing over and over again.
I'm sorry. I was so shocked at that. I got hit. I just got hit.
I felt like I was saying the same thing over and over again, and so I kind of stumbled into Tarzan. I think on my rig at home, I have a GTX 1070. Because I wanted to go graphics card intensive.
Yeah.
This one though, I don't think we have anything that powerful.
Well, just the generation right underneath. I think it's the 970.
The 970, yeah. So
could be the 960. I forgot exactly, but I think it's 970.
But yeah, if you're thinking about building a PC for, for post work, for After Effects, for those kind of graphics, start looking on filmmaker forums and seeing what's going to work best for you. Make sure your post program can handle whatnot and who's what and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great. Captain President says, "Hey Jack, have you heard of a band called Greta Van Fleet? They are a Led Zeppelin-like, but damn do they do it well. Check out Safari Song and Highway Tune." Okay, thank you, Captain President. I will look into those later. Let's see you up there. James C. Crone saying, "Hey there, as a fan of Prereq and fellow streamer, I'm curious, do you guys stream with OBS Studio? If so, what output settings do you use to make the 1080p look so crisp?" We just talked about that. We use XSplit. And actually, we only recently bumped ourselves up to 1080. We were for a long time, since, for 4 years streaming at 720p. But we recently built a new computer that only handles the stream. So right now, we're playing Enter the Gungeon on one PC, sending that signal into a second PC that is streaming it out to you, and that's why we are able to stream at 1080p. Though as soon as we start getting a little more money in the prereq coffers, we might want to swap up to a better GPU. But hey,
Yeah.
we'll figure that out another day. Right now, it's working. But yeah, we've had a lot of luck with XSplit. XSplit is a quality product, as is OBS. OBS was great for us, but finicky because it's open source. It's updated whenever they feel like updating. It's not a guaranteed thing. Neither is XSplit, of course, but as a product, it's been a little more reliable. James C. Drone. Tabacha, I don't think I missed your... No, your tip is coming up. Tabacha. Your tip is coming up.
The bad shit.
It's pronounced tabachi. Tabachi. Tabachi, your tip is coming up. Before I read your tip, though, I'm going to have a little drink of water. We've been doing a lot of talking today, Rich.
Yes.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. We should buy a new GPU for the gaming PC and use the old one for the streaming PC.
You can do that.
Ooh, that ain't not a bad idea.
That's a far costlier idea, because this GPU for games,
Yeah.
it's fine.
Well, we'd have to do a pro-con price comparison, if it's close enough.
I just want us to be streaming adequately. I don't...
Oh yeah, I just don't ever want. We had that little hiccup earlier, and I had a little panic attack, and
Yeah.
and I don't want us to ever have to worry about stuff like that. We should press the button and start streaming, and that's it. That's the whole reason why we built the streaming PC, is so we wouldn't have to worry about it.
I'm not yet 100% sure that any kind of hiccups we've had have been the fault of the GPU.
Right.
I'm not convinced.
I don't. Yeah, and I don't know either.
So rather than spend $1,000 on a GPU that's the best at the top of the line.
Yep.
Pitchfork.
Shoots little fireballs. That's adorable.
What the fuck?
What happened?
I think there was a little grenade guy there and I didn't see him.
No. Yeah, a little cluttered. The Gungeon. The Gungeon can get a little cluttered.
Bullshit. Ooh, that's nice.
All right. It's pronounced tabachi, but that's okay. Everyone messes it up. Well, it has a Q at the end. Tabachi. Or tabakai. God damn it. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Let's see. Thoughts on Time Warner merging with AT&T. Will Batman be advertising better cell phone service? Also, long-time watcher, first-time donator. Thank you for being you.
We're inching closer and closer to the unified megacorp of science fiction dystopia's past.
That's a common trope in dystopian futures, by and large.
Someday the 80s science fiction will be a reality. Blunderbuss.
Don't you already have a shack? Oh no, this is a new run.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I don't know, man. I think I'm good. I think I'll save my money,
Yeah.
so I might be able to buy something nice. How's that?
Yeah. I mean, if you're still you got a pitchfork and a gun. What else could you need? What else could you need? It makes me sad because AT&T was my only competition to Spectrum in my area. That's what it is here in Milwaukee. We have two options for high-speed internet. We have Spectrum and we have AT&T. So as soon as they merge, it's all done.
Oh, fuck that!
Yeah, you should have made that. That seemed like a whole bunch of you should have made that. Hunchback Jack donated to say fuck cancer. Absolutely. It's a killer. Oh! A momentary roll away. Sad Vegas says, yep, I'm in Milwaukee. Well, great. Yeah, we're super fucked.
For what?
Internet.
Why? What happened?
Time Warner is merging with AT&T.
Okay.
Or they want to merge with AT&T. And currently in Milwaukee, we have exactly two choices for high-speed internet.
Yeah.
Time Warner and AT&T. So once they merge, we have one choice for high-speed internet. And then it's pay whatever we tell you to pay. Yay, capitalism! Yay! FYI, we can't see the boss's health bar.
Oh.
Oh.
I was pretty close, for what it's worth.
Rich was very, very close. I do see that though. Our screen is full screen instead of the normal slightly shrunk, so you can see the bottom screen.
I would have been very sad if I weren't kind of fucked anyway, because losing that much health in the first boss, you're not going to have a good run.
Yeah. And I would fix the game screen right now, but last time I tried to fix a screen midstream, it ruined everything, so I've learned my lesson.
Same guy. Oh well.
That happens.
Cap. I will never be good at this game. I will never be good at this game. If I can't dodge between that shit,
you can't. Yeah, yeah. I'm hearing you, Rich. It takes a certain zone for games like this. Here's your problem. You're Rich. What we like in the biz like to call a thinker. You like to think about what you're doing. You're one of them smarty pantses. And Gungeon is a game that relies on instinct twitch reflexes. You gotta move without thinking.
I'm gonna try it. I like Star Wars.
Do you?
No, I got hit. It didn't work.
Oh.
It didn't work.
Oh, you're trying not to think.
Yeah.
I get it. Rich is about... the boss only has about a quarter health left. Too close, Rich. You're cutting too close. That was a good dodge. That was a nice dodge. Quality dodge. Only a sliver of health left. Okay. Yeah, it's pure instance. You have to be on. You have to be on pure instance.
Do you get anything for leaving this guy alive?
Maybe.
Yeah, you
Just
live.
do it.
Nah.
He's not he's just crying. Let him live. Let him cry. Let the cry be.
He'll let him live with it.
Yeah. Your master is dead. Jack is right. I'm hopeless at these kind of games because I have no instinct. It's a different kind of game. It's a different kind of world. And that's all right. And that's all right. True Blue Review says, hey guys, thought I'd compress 3 are you going to play this questions into one tip. 1. Hollow Knight is getting a DLC campaign soon and a Switch release. I didn't much care for Hollow Knight when I played it. Rich, do you have any...
I never played it. I think I saw you stream it once.
do you want to play it?
It looked adequate. No.
Okay, great. Mario Tennis Aces comes out on Friday.
So?
I don't generally care about Mario Tennis games. There was a good Mario soccer game once. Did you play Super Mario Strikers?
Heard of it. Never played it.
That was a fun multiplayer game. Mario Strikers was great. Never really got into the tennis ones though.
I just killed myself. That was stupid.
That was. Remember earlier when I said you were a thinker? I might want to take that back.
Fuck the fuck off. You fuckity fuck.
You walked into a room and immediately shot the exploding barrel right next to you.
Can you stop the rat from stealing your stuff?
I don't know. I think if you come back into the room, he goes away.
I'm not sure if this...
I think you can...
Unless you're invulnerable while you use this.
What
I don't...
A grappling hook?
Yeah.
It might be a better call to have more ammo for whatever gun you get. Yeah. I mean, that's just neat.
It's neat.
Theoretically, it could get you behind enemies easier, but you can already kind of do that just with rolling, so... I don't know.
So he's got to keep coming back.
I didn't say I didn't like the Beatles. I just said, you know, they're all right. I'm not huge on the Beatles.
Jack, you have to like everything they like exactly as much as they like it. Or you're Satan.
Heinzie, yes, I can see that. I just said I'm not big on the Beatles. The Beatles are all right. We've been listening to the Beatles.
You may as well have said you hate puppies.
That's true. That's true. You know what, puppies? They ain't my favorite. They ain't. I'll put it out there. I don't care about puppies. I don't care about no puppies. We've actually been listening to a lot of the Beatles for some reason. My youngest really wants to listen to Beatles.
Huh.
And, you know, so we have one of those Amazon Echo devices whose name I will not say, so it won't get turned on in people's houses. And every once in a while, he'll ask the Amazon Echo type device to shuffle songs from the Beatles, and it's pleasant.
You're too nice, Jack.
I am. I think I'm considerate of other people's feelings, Rich. It's crazy. But no, it's, you know, that's actually really nice, pleasant music to listen to.
Well, that was just a big fuck you.
That kind of was actually, yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine music. It's just not music I'm necessarily like. I would probably just never choose to listen to that on my own. That's fine.
Why does Rich keep leaving keys? He doesn't always see them.
And if you remember, Sharkspear gave us the suggestion that if we leave keys in the room and don't pick up the keys, then the shopkeeper will also have another key to sell. So it's a way to get more keys. It's a way to farm keys. What is that? Whoa! That's an interesting gun. I saw in a previous prereq that you enjoy powerful button masher games. Have you not done a Warframe stream? I don't know that one.
I wish I didn't suck. I wish I didn't suck.
I think you can't be good at all the things all the time, Rich. Got to know your strengths, know your weaknesses.
I do like this gun.
Also the other game True Blue Review wanted to know if we wanted to play is Jurassic World Evolution. It has Jeff Goldblum in it. That's a cute gun. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, also meh. Sorry, True Blue Review. Kunjai24 says, "Hi, Jack and Rich. I listened to Jack on the Purrcast today and loved it." That's the podcast I was on today. It went live today where I talked about Biscuit for exactly 1 hour. And they just wanted me to talk about cats and my cat for an hour, and it was great. It was great. Oftentimes, whether you're a pet parent or a parent with children, it's usually bad form to gush about your children or your pets. So it was nice to be on a podcast that says, no, gush about your pet. Talk about all your weird pet stuff.
What exactly did you talk about other than just your cat? Like,
well, I guess you'll have to listen to the
dietary
Purrcast.
needs.
We did. We talked about his food. We talked about his quirks. Something I don't. Here's a little preview. I won't give away the whole Purrcast because obviously you should listen to that. But a lot of cats have quirks. Like funny little things that cats do. A very strange thing that Biscuit does, probably because he was raised a show cat, is after he's done going to the bathroom in the morning, he screams at the top of his lungs. Yeah, he meows for several minutes to let us know that he's gone to the bathroom in hopes that we scoop his poop right away.
Smartest decision I've ever made in my life was not doing that podcast with you. The smartest decision I ever made in my entire life.
Oh, no, by the way, we spend a big chunk of the podcast just talking about poop. Not gonna lie. Just talking about poop. I don't blame you, Rich. I don't blame you one bit.
Not only would I be bitching about cats, I'd be bitching about cat owners.
Yeah.
Why do those assholes? Why do fucking cat owners?
Yeah.
Think it's fine. They vacuum. Oh, we vacuumed before he came over. It's fine. Why is that? Why do they think that's okay?
Because it gets the hair out.
It doesn't do shit. It knocks it into the fucking air. It makes it worse.
Known anomaly. We do read questions from the chat. In fact, I've been reading questions from the chat, not just the tips, all night. I think it usually helps when you're snarky about it, so keep that up.
Look, a lot of people want to ask us questions, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but the people who give us $2 get a higher priority.
Capitalism.
Capitalism ho!
I do read the chat. Whenever you see me looking in this direction, I'm not looking at Rich.
And a lot of times, if I
Looking at
don't
the
read a chat question, it's because you keep asking the same stupid question over and over that I don't have a good response to.
It's true.
What do you think of the anime Uki Muki Yuki Hai? And you'll see something like that just repeated over and over again.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about, and then they're going to be mad at me for not reading their stupid
Well, I think they're hoping that you dissect the differences between the anime and the manga Uki Muki Duki Mai. Because like the drawing style is completely different, obviously, and I prefer the manga, obviously.
Played back at you love anime now. What's up with that?
Once you do, once you have Racketeer and Cowboy Bebop, Rich, they're just not gonna stop.
I know.
It's just like Cowboy Bebop, except for it's set in a little girl's underwear drawer. It's just like it. No, but it's a metaphor, Rich. It's a metaphor.
And I have no doubt that really exists. That's the problem with anime. Is you can tell me that? You can tell me that exists, and I would believe it.
An anime just like Cowboy Bebop, but set in a little girl's underwear drawer.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you play Racketeer?
Don't do it. Don't find that anime and link it. Don't do it. Jack is now on a list somewhere, probably. I'm probably already in. Let's see here. Do either of you recommend any other podcasts or audiobooks to listen to while doing menial tasks? Thanks for the stream, says Kunjai. Any regular...
Nothing specific off the top of my head. I'll mention one I've mentioned before that I enjoyed was the Pirate History podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, lately I haven't even been listening to a podcast. I've been tracking down old Art Bell episodes.
You've talked about your love of Art Bell many times. Yes. That's great. That's great. Oh, wow. Whoa. Sure, but you get 3 shots. What a weird weapon. Yeah, and unfortunately, and this is something I've said many times, is most of my day is editing, and when I'm editing anything with audio, like, for example, when I'm going to edit this previously recorded episode, I need to listen to Rich and I talk, so I can't also listen to other people talk about other things while I'm listening to Rich and I talk. So I don't get a ton of time for podcasts. In the past, I have enjoyed many a podcast, including the Hardcore History podcast, which I found to be very edutainful.
Yeah.
However you say that. But I've listened to a ton of podcasts. Back in the day, I don't even know if any of them are still running or, Heck, I listened to way back in the day. I still listen to the Smodcast. The Kevin Smith podcast. I don't even know if he does that one anymore. He does 8 other podcasts. Back when podcasts were still relatively new.
Why is this game insist on being so balls hard?
Because that's literally the draw of the game.
Just fun bullet hell action. It doesn't need to be balls hard, god damn it.
Is there an easy... Well, that was just on me.
I was trying to walk between them rather than dodging for like a practice kind of thing.
Sure.
I think I can fit between there now. Because I'm never going to get better otherwise.
That's true. Smodcast is still a thing. Great.
was doing good. I had 2 fucking armors, Jack. 2. They're both gone. Like that. Like nothing.
That is the life. You are born, you struggle, you die. You die. You die. Let's see here. What? Nerd Poker with Brian Posehn and friends. They play D&D. It's great. There's a lot of stuff I really wish I had. I would love. There was a point in my life when I was doing a lot of editing work that didn't require audio, like a lot of like post work, After Effects work, and oh yeah, I could turn on a podcast or an informational show, or just even have a show on in the background that I could listen to. I'd love that, but that's not where I am at this point. It would be nice.
It didn't do near as much damage as I feared it would.
That was a decent chunk. Oh. Oh, that's a one-shot kill for those guys, so that's nice. So that's nice. Rich, which project do you have more fun working on? Previously recorded, half in the bag.
Half in the bag? Wait, what? The best of the worst is fun. Depends on what we're playing. I mean, really.
Right?
Like Metal Gear Survive? That wasn't a picnic.
Sometimes it feels like a chore. Absolutely.
The actual filming of it, easily best of the worst.
Oh, yeah. That's a ton of... I'll even agree on that. That's just a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Just get to make jokes about bad movies. Boom.
Gosh darn it. Why do I suck? I want to not suck. But I can't help myself. I suck.
Very sorry. Jack, only a couple episodes into The Expanse, I only like Tom Jane's character. Should I stick with it? Yes, Dr. Chug Butt Mud. I've said this a zillion times, but the characters in The Expanse are kind of generic. Stick with it for the story. The story is fantastic. You will end up loving the characters only because they advance the story, and it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. The characters, they're kind of generic. Thomas Jane is great, but like I'm to the point now. You know, I've fallen so in love with the story that now the characters are just, you know, they're old friends. Oh, Amos, you crazy Amos. He's a nutso. He's always saying the weird nihilistic things. Ah, yeah, Amos.
Ooh,
bouncy.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's a go-to gun right there. That's a go-to gun. Hunchback Jack, I haven't read them, but my wife loves the Expanse books. That's why, like, I told her about the show, and she had already read the books.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna go back in and scare the rat off, but the door locked behind me.
Yeah, you gotta go into the other room first. The room you were already in. Oh, that's great. You can create little death traps for people.
Fucking die!
Oh, do you need to kill the sorcerer first because he has that green thing over his head?
Oh.
Overkill. Overkill. The Expanse books are in your ever-expanding to-read list. Yeah, yep, that's how it works. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to add to that list for you, friend, but that's how it works sometimes.
Whoop.
Oh. He did not like that, Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a fucking accident. Get over it, dude.
Cinnamon, I know. I've been talking with one of the Expanse authors. I know.
Nice.
Could you just hold still? Just wait right there and please don't move, because I got a present for you. Let's see what we got here. Yak Moose says played Rim World.
No.
I think you guys
It's
would really
book series, isn't it?
Yes. I think you guys would really enjoy it. The interpersonal relationships of randomly spawned characters is amazing. Thanks for the great stream tonight. I wonder if it's based off of the same. Is that a Terry Pratchett RimWorld?
You think so? Am I thinking of? No. Fuck.
You might be thinking of Discworld.
Discworld, that's what I'm thinking of.
Discworld. Thank you, Chad.
That is what I'm thinking of. Thank you.
Discworld. Let's see what we got here. Ludi Croissant says, "Hey Jack, I know you do a lot of editing, and I'm trying to get into it as a side job / profession, and I was wondering if you had any advice. I know you said you fell into it, but anything would be appreciated. Find projects that'll get you noticed. It's kind of the same shit about getting noticed anywhere else. You got to find projects. Start editing stuff, and if that means shooting your own stuff, flip out your iPhone and shoot some stuff and edit it."
Him.
Oh, him. People need to see your work before they're going to hire you, and unfortunately, that's kind of the way of the business. So yeah, start making some stuff. I did. I started editing kind of not by accident, but just because I was the only one to edit. And the reason that I have customers now is because they've seen my work on other stuff and said, "Hey, come and make stuff for me." And that's how it works for me. So is there a band that you like locally? Send them an email and say, "Hey, can I make you a music video?" If there's just start making shit.
Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Ring World is not Pratchett. Okay.
Yes, we've established that as Discworld.
Discworld. Yes. I think that's the same with a lot of kind of these quasi-creative jobs or whatever. You gotta. It's unfortunate that you have to kind of prove yourself before you even have a foot in the door, but that's just the way it is.
I wanted it so bad. I wanted it. Ah! Fuck.
It was a little under half health. So very close.
Fuck. Oh.
I'm sorry, Rich.
What time are we at?
We are at 9:50. So
Do you want to play a little bit of The Witcher?
We've been streaming for about 3 hours. If you are done playing,
after that I am done.
I would love to play.
Yeah, let's just fucking do it.
All right, close out this window.
Yeah,
I gotta log in.
I'm never going to be good at that game.
That's okay.
I am never going to be good at that. I'd love to be good at that game, but I am never going to be good at that game.
You know your strengths, man. That's okay.
I'll be right back.
You'll be right back. Well, I'm gonna change our thing really quick. Boom. Okay, great. Yeah, you know, it's been so long since I started out. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna start downloading because now I have both expansions. So I gotta download the other expansion. Hold on, we gotta log in here. It's been so long since I got started editing, and you know, I started with kind of comedy videos. No, excuse me, that's not what I want to happen. Here we go. And so, you know, for me, it was kind of, here we go, and change account. You guys can't see this. You guys can't see this. Did I do it? I did it. Great. So now let's go to Zavicha. And go to manage installation. And install Blood and Wine because someone sent me the Blood and Wine DLC and actually the other DLC. I appreciate that. Whoever sent me the gifts of all the Witcher DLC, I really appreciate it. So we'll start downloading this while we start talking about stuff. So, you know, for me, it was, you know, kind of dumb comedy videos, and that's what I started editing. And obviously those were stuff I made myself or with, you know, the people around me. And that's what got me noticed. And then I was able to, you know, the people that noticed me, I was able to talk to them, and they were talking to businesses, and we smushed it together, and I just kept making stuff. And I know that's oh my God, this is an 8 gig download. This is going to take a little bit. This is going to take a little bit. We might have to play something else. Well, maybe it'll speed up. We'll see. Blood and Wine is so good. I don't know if I've gotten to any of the expansion stuff yet. I'll be honest with you. The inventory system got a real workover with the new expansion, and I'm not sure it was included in the base version. Great. Heinze, I have not played Overwatch in quite some time. In fact, I think I might have deleted Overwatch from my hard drive because I haven't played it in months. I might be over Overwatch. So Jack, how did people notice you? How did they know it was you who created what they were looking at? Actually, for a while, they didn't. Because I was behind the camera, they didn't know I created it. Luckily, they talked to the people who were in front of camera, and those people said, hey, you know, this is the guy who made it. My first couple of videos I was making with my cousin, and he was in front of the camera, and so they got a hold of him. Because they saw him.
So which is this?
Huh?
What is this?
Oh, my old videos. You know, my old comedy videos. And so they're saying, how did they know you made it? But also like it was under, you know, back in the Funny or Die days. It was under.
Who knew you made it? Funny or Die?
Yeah, like Funny or Die knew I made it, and other people too. Like, you know, we got.
Typically, you put your name in the credits.
Well, but you know what? For a lot of internet videos, you don't.
Oh, internet videos. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
For internet videos, you don't really put your name in the credits, but you do put your name in the description.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, hopefully they can find you through your channel. But like,
well, I guess that's a good bit of advice right there. Put contact info in your description.
You know what they call it in the biz, Rich? A little call to action. You have a home base for people to go to. At the end of your internet video, you give some place for people to go to follow you.
Yeah.
And but like for like the jobs that rolled out of that, they got a hold of me through my Funny or Die page. And they'd say, hey, we see that you made this and we want to do something like this, but for our corporation. And I said, okay, give me Munzie. And very luckily that was in the early days of internet videos, so they didn't know they shouldn't be paying me that much. But yeah, we just got a little bit to download here.
Oh, really?
There were someone was very kind and gifted me the other expansion, which I started, that's on the save file now, so we just have to download this other expansion, which is a little bit beefier than the first expansion, but it's getting there. So we just got to gibber for a little bit. We just got to gibber for a little bit.
Is that the last tip you read then there about the editing as a side job?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Well, and it was like, I'll also remember that my tips and tricks might not mean anything because I also got incredibly lucky. The reason that I was noticed on Funny or Die was because of a server error. This dumb little video that I shot and helped edit. We'd put it up on YouTube, and of course these were the wild days of YouTube, so no one really noticed it. And then we heard wind of this crazy little website called Funny or Die.
Yeah.
I said, that comedy video we shot when we were trying to make a dramatic movie, because that's why we shot it. Let's put that up on Funny or Die. It's going to be Will Ferrell's new website. That'll be great. And back in the Funny or Die days, every new video uploaded was the first video that you saw after The Landlord.
Okay.
So you'd watch The Landlord, and then you'd go right to Funny or Die, and then it was just whatever most recent video was on the front page.
And then yours got loaded.
And then ours got loaded, and then the servers crashed. So for like 4 to 5 hours...
You lucky son of a bitch.
Our video was the first thing people saw after The Landlord. Right? And so of course, not only did people notice, but more importantly, the people at Funny or Die noticed, and they said, "Holy shit, that looks not so bad. How'd you guys make that?" And we're like, "We made it in our backyard, and we're a bunch of idiots." And they go, "Huh, we've been looking for a couple idiots to make stuff for us." So, obviously...
And then Funny or Die went under.
They're a very successful company, still to this day. That's right, Hunchback Jack. Technical difficulties basically gave me my career.
That's your secret superpower.
Technical difficulties can be your friend. Be a lucky... And listen, luck has a lot to do with it.
Sure, it's not the first time technical difficulties led to somebody else's success.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All the time. But the other side of that coin is I was prepared for the lucky moment, right?
Right.
And so that's the other part of it. And then, I started making my weird shit, the high five videos, and that got me noticed by these people, and then we started merchandising and all that fun stuff. So I don't know, just keep making shit until you get lucky. Yep. That's the moral of the story.
Okay.
Is make shit until you catch that break. And there's no catching that break unless you're making shit first.
Yeah.
Like you're never gonna stumble into an elevator with Steven Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg's gonna be like, "Hey, you got any ideas for a movie?" You got to make shit first, and then you stumble.
You need the opening,
yeah,
but then you need to take the shot. It's one thing for Funny or Die to notice you, but then you have to make the most out of it.
Well, sure. But they wouldn't have noticed me in the first place if I hadn't made anything in the first place.
See, getting Steven Spielberg to even give a shit about what you're saying, that's just the first hurdle. Because after you have his ear, then you still have to impress him.
That's true. That's true. And if you don't have anything to impress him, then you're done.
Yeah.
Then you're done. But, let's say you made some shit and you go, hey, you want to see some shit? And he goes, yeah, let me see some shit. Fuck, okay. I like that Becky got played. Becky got played says, fuck, okay, cancel the Spielberg elevator plan. Right, well, that's, I think, like, Peter Dinklage had a really great interview about kind of like the way, the industry works and how, like you have to be lucky, but it's not just about being lucky because there's years of hard work to get you to that stage where even being lucky matters.
Yeah.
And so, that's I guess what I'm
there
trying
are
to
safer
ape
career options.
The medical profession, I hear, is always hiring. Just fucking get a 9-to-5. Get a 9-to-5 and have a steady paycheck. I don't know what a steady paycheck's like anymore. But hey, that's fine.
All right.
What else we got?
AADTQKA, because I'm not even trying to pronounce that shit.
That's great.
Says, hi guys, way off topic, but I was wondering, what were your thoughts on removing ghost images from monitors and TVs? Tried a few things, but no luck yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks for any tips. I've never really had this problem.
Okay.
With an image burned into the screen is what I believe they're talking about.
Yeah.
My grandmother had that problem. She had this old, giant, ancient TV.
Yeah.
And the WGN logo was like permanently burned in the bottom corner.
Of course it would be. Great.
Yeah. But I think it was there till the TV died. So.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's you're gonna have a lot more luck with a Google search, my friend. I've also never dealt with that. I try my hardest to make sure the screensavers come on in time. The WGN logo. Oh yeah.
Anonymous says, what's the most bullshit boss you guys have ever faced in a game? The Orphan of Cause is currently making me question what I'm doing with my life. Is that the one that's just the electric goop monster?
No, the Orphan of Cause is the final boss of the DLC.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And he sucks.
I have not faced any of the later bosses of the DLC.
Yeah, no.
I faced Ludwig. That was it.
Oh yeah. No, the Orphan of Kos will make you question everything you know about Bloodborne. Like none of the rest of the game matters. None of the rest of the game is as difficult as the Orphan of Kos.
Okay.
Yeah, and because Bloodborne is so hard, I don't know whether or not the Orphan of Kos is fair or not, because that's kind of the game. But fuck, yeah, the Orphan is a son of a bitch. And because of the level, there's no real good cheese option either. It's just, you got to get good and get good hard.
Get good hard. That's something you hear often.
Not good and hard. That's a whole different thing. Just good hard.
But it's good hard, so it's not a bullshit boss if it's good hard, is it? Is it a bullshit boss?
It's bordering.
You wouldn't be familiar with this, but I think a game that's got real bullshit bosses.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden 2.
Okay.
Not the Nintendo version, but the Xbox 360 version.
Okay. That's very specific.
Yeah. Well, because the Ninja Gaiden 2 plays a lot differently than the first one. First one's got some difficult, but I still think good boss fights. Still ultimately fair. Most of the boss fights in Ninja Gaiden 2 are just kind of bullshit battles of attrition.
Meaning what?
You just spam the attack. There's no real good save time to hit. It's just bullshit.
Sure.
It's just bullshit fights, almost all around.
All right, that's fair.
You just gotta keep spamming attack and hope your health holds out long enough.
Yeah.
Got enough healing.
Just tank it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of a game situation where a boss came in and it completely changed how the game was played for just one boss, and you're like, what? But I it's hard for me to think of stuff like that.
Well, that could just be a change of pace. I don't know if that's necessarily bullshit.
Oh yeah, like I'm thinking of stuff like Psycho Mantis in Metal Gear Solid. Do you remember the Psycho Mantis
That's not
fight?
bullshit. That's not bullshit.
It was weird.
It was weird.
It
I don't
was
think that's
weird and
bullshit.
different. It messed with the control. It was kind of neat, but it was weird. Where's Witcher 3 already? We're about halfway done with the download, so give me 5 more minutes.
Thank you, whoever gifted Jack the other DLC.
I really do appreciate it. And I've been trying to sneak a little Witcher time here or there. I had to make a rough call last night where, it's like I really gotta finish Racketeer. Really need to finish that. So I had to put down The Witcher 3, unfortunately.
No, stream's not ending. We're waiting for a download.
Just waiting for a download. Excuse me. I'm really.
Someone beat Ludwig in Bloodborne with no weapons, and it only took 40 minutes. That's the part of that I have the most trouble believing. Just the time.
I love it. People, this is the great thing about what people do with like free time on their hands. This is what I'm saying about like the joy of getting bored. Is like, let's beat Ludwig with no weapons. Fuck it. Let's do something dumb.
See, that's not bored. That's just an additional challenge to extend the replayability of a game you love.
Right, but that wouldn't come.
You don't do that just because you're bored.
Oh, I think you do. I think you're so bored of other games that you only want to play Bloodborne, and so you need to find something to make Bloodborne interesting. So you do something dumb.
I think it's a game you love.
Yeah,
you've done everything else there is to do in that game.
Yeah,
and this is something that's weird. It's funny, and it's a lot of bragging rights if you could do it. Yeah, I'd be Ludwig barehanded.
It's like a lot of bragging rights to like a dozen people. I
was impressed.
Oh, I'm very impressed.
There's more than a dozen people who are impressed by that.
If you go to a job interview and put that on your resume,
it's a hobby. You're not gonna like put on a resume like I like building gingerbread houses.
Actually, you might. I mean, that could be. that could be. I think.
You find the right boss, he's gonna be super impressed by that.
Like 40 minutes.
40 minutes? You barehanded,
dude?
Jesus Christ!
You know what?
You got the skills I'm looking for.
That shows a lot of commitment,
dedication.
These. And that's the future boss. That's the boss of the future right there.
That boss, he's not going to be impressed by gingerbread houses. All right.
Okay, I'm sick of you making fun of my gingerbread houses, Rich. They're fun to build, and you can eat them. What's the problem?
What is Rich's greatest gaming achievement? Well, this is well before we stream, but I did beat Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
Okay.
The PlayStation 3 version on normal, no death.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was impressive to me.
That was impressive. Doesn't count because there's no recording.
I know. Whatever. I did it for me. I did it for me.
Out of the things that count, obviously, not Left 4 Dead.
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising, no death run, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No death. I think that's pretty good. I don't have any of these achievements really, just because I don't play games like that. But that's fine. That's fine.
Bill LaHecka says,
Bill LaHecka.
I'm correcting you a lot tonight, Jack.
Great, thanks.
But Time Warner doesn't own Spectrum. Back in '08, Time Warner spun off Time Warner Cable, becoming two separate companies. Charter bought Time Warner Cable about 2 years ago and merged to become Spectrum. AT&T bought Time Warner.
What?
Same reason that now different people have the rights to Star Trek movies and Star Trek TV shows.
Oh, shit. Are you telling me it's all fucked? Everything's fucked all the time?
I am glad, Mal Radical, that you thought the DR1 No Death run was amazing, but trust me, it ain't got shit on Ninja Gaiden No Death.
That takes some patience,
Takes some skill, Jack.
Well, some patience to.
I'm not there
master.
anymore, but I really had to be in the zone at the time to do that.
Mm.
The game was not easy.
Do you think you could do it again?
Dead Rising, maybe someday. Dead Rising just required strategy, timing, patience.
Sure.
Did not require fucking amazing reflexes.
We're forgetting about another major rich achievement here.
Huh?
The FTL no pause run.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was wicked.
That was pretty wicked.
That was a wicked run.
I surprised myself.
Yeah.
I fully expected to die that night. I think I named the ship the Doomed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Doomed. The already dead.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't name it after the game Doom. I named that because they were doomed.
Yeah.
Ship was doomed. This no pause run. There's no way that's gonna work. Whoops.
Yeah. That's a great achievement. I wonder how common that is. The FTL no pause run.
I've seen somebody do it. That's
Okay.
where I got the idea.
Oh, okay, great. No pause, first try. That's true. Would we ever play No Man's Sky again? No. I'll play that other game that seems to be No Man's Sky but better. The toy spaceship game with Star Fox, Starlink.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Starlink looks like a neat game because it looks like I can actually do something in the game.
As opposed to which other game?
No Man's Sky.
Oh, okay.
Starlink looks like.
For a second, because I was thinking of that. What was that other roguelike spaceship game you were playing with all the asteroids everywhere? And I was bitching because space wouldn't have that many asteroids literally everywhere.
Oh, yeah. The roguelike. Oh, shit. What was that game called?
I don't remember.
That was not a bad game. Chat's
Everspace?
Ooh, that's it. Everspace. Oh, chat, you got it just a little bit after Rich did. Everspace. Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun game. No, the Starlink looks like someone has finally rented the No Man's Sky planet generation engine, and then they put a good game on top of it. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, we could actually do something with the spaceships, fight people. That'd be nice. Do some stuff.
Rich, how the hell do you beat XCOM 2 with no deaths? That game is hard. I certainly didn't do it on my first attempt.
Yeah.
At some point, once your troops are all good, it kind of snowballs in your favor. Mm-hmm. You have better troops because you haven't lost anybody, and then once you start getting better equipment, that also helps.
Positive feedback loop.
Yeah. Positive feedback loop.
Yeah. Did you guys see the $27,000 ship pack you can buy for Starlink? Oh, they're going to make so much money. They're going to make so much money. Nerds love spaceships.
You can't seem to spit the last boss in Dead Rising to death. Here's the trick. You need to drink the Spitfire before you get into the Jeep at the end of the game. Because after the Jeep section, once you get on the tank for the final battle, you lose all your inventory items. So a little bit before, right before you get in the Jeep, you drink that, and it should still be active after the Jeep chase.
Okay.
And then you have the Spitfire on the boss, and that's how you take health down on the boss with the Spitfire and the spitting.
Ooh, mad spit tips and tricks here on Prereq. My rookies always die. Lol. Yep. That's the downside to the positive reinforcement loop. We're very sorry. Play the 7th guest. We already played the 7th guest. You fuck. I'm not playing the which way do we go now? Fucking Trist up in here. Get out of town.
Baird Tone says, "Hey Jack,
Hey.
question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Many people hate listening to recordings of their voice as it does not sound like what we expect. Since you have to edit yourself constantly, have you gotten used to the sound of your own voice on recordings?"
Yes.
That must be the case with me, because whenever I've watched like something I'm in, be it pre-rec or best of the worst or whatever, it doesn't sound weird to me. Well, I haven't even thought of it.
Well, and you've been listening to your voice on tape for significantly longer than I have.
Yeah, I guess.
You've been making videos with Mike since the beginning of
Time,
right, and space. So for you, it just has to be second nature at this point.
I guess. I hadn't even really thought of it.
Like, I didn't really start hearing I was never in front of the camera basically until Best of the Worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always shot stuff. So
Okay, you're always behind.
I was always behind the camera.
Yeah.
So like, I'd performed, like I'd been on stage many, many times, but I had never been in front of the camera talking. But, yeah, you get used to it.
So is Poop Again PI one of the rare times where you were on camera then? Before, Best of the Worst and all that?
Oh, yeah, but I'm on camera for what, like 2 seconds?
Sure.
Nothing. Exactly. Like that, the little bit that I did in the Grabowskis, right? Like, I was never an on-camera person, so.
Yeah. Rich isn't sporting a new look so much as he just wasn't too lazy to get his fucking haircut today.
You did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What?
There are voice packs for me now in XCOM 2. That would be too weird. I don't need a character to have my voice. That would just be too weird.
Yes, that would be very weird. Guys, we're at 90%. We're at 90% downloaded.
You're doing it, Jack.
Oh,
you are doing it.
I really want to play. I'm so excited to play. I'm happy that I did this, and I'm even happier that I did this not on stream. Totally fucked that witch. Anyone who plays The Witcher knows what I'm talking about. That blonde witch, I forget her name. Totally boned her.
Are your kids watching?
God, no. I could. They were watching earlier, though, and I could sense it going that direction, and I knew there was sex in the game, so I was like, and you guys are done. You go now.
That is so creepy.
What?
Your dad has to send the kids away so he can watch the sex scene in his video game.
I waited until they were
They're
in bed.
going to be telling a therapist about that
No,
someday.
they were in bed. They didn't, and I turned the volume way down. Hey, she gives you dinner first. She does. She took me out on a nice date. She took me out on a nice date, made me a very nice meal. And then, then she witch drugged me and tried to steal some shit from the haunted tower.
Okay.
And then I stopped her from stealing the shit. So, it was a adorable little side quest to fuck the witch.
What does Lisa think about this?
Luckily, she did not walk into my office when that happened.
How fucking embarrassed would you have been?
Oh, no, I wouldn't have been embarrassed at all. I would have had a little bit of explaining to do.
Honey, sit down. We need to have a talk.
This isn't. It would just be. It would just be a.
This
honey,
isn't porn.
This is not pornography.
This is
I know it looks like pornography, but this is not pornography.
This is an adult interactive video game experience,
This is
but not that kind of adult.
This is a story. It's part of a bigger thing.
Honey, where are you going, honey?
Why do you look disappointed? Oh, is it because of the video game sex? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of thought that. All right, we'll see you later.
How does Twitch? I'm assuming is there nudity?
Oh yeah.
How does Twitch handle that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like what if I accidentally come across another sex scene?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
All right, we're fucked.
All right. And
Good job. Go back. John T says, "Did you guys ever play the Ratchet and Clank games?" Yeah. Oh, good, because I haven't. Have any thoughts? I would recommend the third one. That's the game. Take it to its max potential, in my opinion.
Where'd it go?
The first one felt like the devs were still trying to find their feet.
Oh, can you turn the game on?
The what? Oh, sure.
Turns the game on.
So